Stop. This video might trigger you. It might drive you crazy. But by the end of this transmission, you will know exactly what you need to do. You might even take action before the video ends. This is the final video of the series. If you haven't watched the previous protocols, go back to the channel. You cannot build the roof without the foundation. Now, let's begin the final step of your ascension. Silence. Darkness. Solitude. For months, nobody knew where you were. You vanished from social media. You withdrew from the parties. You walked away from the meaningless conversations. People started asking, where did he go? What is he doing? But you did not answer. Because real transformation does not happen in the spotlight, it happens in the forge. And now, the time has come to give them the answer. The isolation is over. You lived in the shadows. In the purge, you killed your cheap pleasures. Social media, pornography, junk food, alcohol, tobacco. You tore away everything that made you weak. You built the muscles. You hardened the mind. Even if you didn't wake up at 5 a.m. every day, you built a system. You lifted the heavy iron. You took the cold showers. You read the books. You developed the strategies. Now, you stand at the door of the real world. You learned that the real world isn't just about waking up early, it is about consistency. You are strong. You are disciplined. You are dangerous. But here is the real question. What is the point of all this power? If you just hide it in a corner, if you never show it to anyone, what is the meaning? Power without influence is useless. A king without a kingdom is just a lonely man sitting on a rock. A general without soldiers is just a man in a costume. It is time to return. It is time to take everything you built and turn it into a target. The final phase of the protocol, the ascension. We are not here to join the game. We are here to break the game and rewrite the rules. You suffered too much to be average. You sacrificed too much to be ordinary. The time has come, the world is about to find out who you are. Let's talk about the fuel of your empire, money. Throughout your life, they told you a chain of lies. They said, money doesn't bring happiness. They said, poverty is noble. They said, material things don't matter. Look closely. Do you know what those people have in common? They were either already rich, or they were slaves to the system. The rich tell you these lies to reduce their competition. The poor believe these stories to justify their own failures. Poverty is not noble. Poverty is being average. Poverty is fear. Poverty is slavery. If you cannot pay your bills, you are not free. You are a slave to a boss, a bank, or the government. When that alarm rings and you have to go to a job you hate, you are not free. If you cannot provide the life your loved ones deserve, you are not free. If you have to cancel your dreams because of debt, you are not free. A sovereign man must have financial sovereignty. For this, you must build passive income or start side hustles. Yes, this requires capital. And yes, it is not shameful to work harder for it. It is not shameful to work a double shift, save that money, and use it to buy assets. No empire was built on cotton candy. Remember, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. The men who stay strong during the easy times are the ones who win. The internet, the stock market, commerce, everything is at your fingertips. It has never been this easy. Are you really going to keep spending your money on chips and Coke? I don't think so. That is not why you are here. You built a strong body. Good. Now build a strong bank account. In this phase, you must shift your mindset from consumer to producer. Most people run their lives by consuming. They consume movies, music, food, entertainment. Their salary comes in, and they spend it immediately. They work for the next holiday, the next phone, the next car. And once they get those things, the happiness fades, and the cycle starts again. They run on the hamster wheel, but they go nowhere. You are no longer in this cycle. Stop buying things to impress people you hate. Stop worrying about how your neighbor sees you. Stop tearing yourself apart just so your old friends think you are rich on Instagram. Become truly wealthy so they can see it with their own eyes. Success that is noticed naturally is far more powerful than success that is shouted. Instead, do this: buy assets that pay you while you sleep. There are two uses for money. 1. Spending it. This makes you poor. 2. Investing it. This makes you rich. Most people choose to spend because it gives cheap, instant gratification. But you are not most people. You are a man who understands the power of delayed gratification. I don't care if it is a business, real estate, or a high-value skill. Your job is to provide value to the market. Here is what everyone gets wrong: the market does not reward effort, it rewards competence. It doesn't matter how many hours you worked. It doesn't matter how tired you are. The market only asks one thing: how much value did you add to other people's lives? How well did you solve their problems? The world is full of hardworking people. But the world pays the people who produce results. Be that man. Master a skill. Find out what the market needs. Build systems. Make them an offer they cannot refuse. Be so good that you create your own category. Money is not the goal. Money is the ammunition. Understand this clearly. Money is not the end of the solution, it is the beginning of a new game. Money buys you freedom. It buys you time. And time is the only resource you can never get back. They think time is distributed equally. That is a lie. A rich man uses his time however he wants. A poor man sells his time to survive. That is the difference. Get rich. Or die trying. There is no third option. Because staying in the middle is the worst place to be. Being poor and accepting it is honest. Being rich is freedom. But being in the middle, that is constant stress. Constant anxiety. You do not deserve that. Build your empire. Break the financial chains. Take back your freedom. You have the muscles. You have the discipline. Now you need the attraction. Look, most men don't understand this: physical power is not enough. Financial power is not enough. If you cannot influence people, if you cannot lead, if you cannot make your presence felt, your power is incomplete. The lone wolf myth is a lie. Hollywood sold you this. Novels told you this. But the real world doesn't work like that. Real power comes from leadership. Real power comes from gathering others behind your vision. The energy in the room must shift when you enter. This is called presence. Presence means people notice you before you even speak. Presence means your words carry weight. How do you build this? It starts with body language. 80% of communication is nonverbal. No matter how well you speak, if your body screams weakness, your words mean nothing. Shoulders back. Head high. Take up space. Do not shrink. Do not cross your arms defensively. Do not hide your hands in your pockets. You are not scared. You are not a threat, but everyone must know you are dangerous. Walk slowly. Speak slowly. Weigh every word. Fast talking is a defense mechanism. It is a sign of seeking approval. You do not seek approval. Look people in the eye. Eye contact is the language of power. Most people look away because they are uncomfortable. You are not uncomfortable. You are the first to look, and the last to look away. Not for ego, but for respect. And learn the most powerful skill, listening. Weak men always talk, always interrupt, always try to get attention. Strong men listen. Strong men observe. Strong men speak only when there is something to say. And learn to say no. This is critical. Most people feel guilty when they say no. They make long explanations. They make excuses. But a high-value man just says no. Period. No explanation. No defense. Because you do not seek validation. You set the standard, and others seek your validation. Most men live their lives trying to please others, their boss, their family, their friends. But you cannot win that game. The more you try to please, the less they respect you. Do the opposite. You determine your value. People adjust to you. You do not bend. You do not compromise your principles. People should respect you not because they use you, but because they value you. Fear is temporary. Respect is permanent. You are not an extra in someone else's movie. You are the main character. Act like it. Most people live as supporting actors in their boss's story or their partner's story. You are not one of those men. You have your own story. Your own vision. Your own mission. People can join your story, but only on your terms. This is not selfishness. This is leadership. Leaders set the course. Followers join the journey. Are you the leader, or the follower? The choice is yours. Now. Let's address the elephant in the room. Women. In part 1, we told you to stop chasing. We told you to delete social media. In part 2, we told you to focus on yourself. Now that you are a high-value man, the dynamic flips completely. You do not chase butterflies. You build a beautiful garden, and the butterflies come to you. This metaphor is deep. Most men spend their lives chasing the butterfly. They spend money, time, and energy. But the more they chase, the further the butterfly flies. But the man who builds the garden, he plants the flowers. He creates a beautiful environment. And the butterflies come. Because beauty seeks value. You are doing the same. You are increasing your value. And naturally, high-value women will be drawn to you. But here is where they fail. They build the empire. They get the girl. And then, they become weak again. Why? Because they put the woman on a pedestal. They prioritize her happiness over their own mission. They make her the center of their world. And that is the moment everything collapses. Never make a woman the center of your universe. It sounds ironic, but women do not respect men who worship them. They see it as weakness. They see a man who has lost his mission. She must be the complement to your life, not the purpose of it. Look at the great men of history. Their mission was always the priority. If you stay on your path, if you remain ambitious and dominant, she will respect you. She wants security. But security isn't just money. Security is leadership. Security is knowing where the ship is going. She will test you. She wants to see if you will break. She wants to see if you will sacrifice your mission to please her. If you do, she will resent you. Because you promised her a leader. Don't turn into a follower. Be the rock in the storm. Life is chaotic. Crises happen. In those moments, she looks for a leader. Not a man who panics, but a man who solves. Most men are emotionally reactive. She says something, he defends. She creates drama, he joins the drama. A sovereign man is not reactive. He is proactive. He controls his emotions. He keeps his frame. Your frame is your reality. She enters your frame, you do not dissolve into hers. Remember, you are the prize. Most men enter the market thinking the woman is the prize to be won. But a high-value man knows the truth. His time is valuable. His energy is valuable. His presence is a privilege, not a right. This isn't arrogance. This is self-respect. You did the work. You built the empire. You are the prize. The ghost mode protocol is complete. Look in the mirror one last time. Look deep into your eyes. Do you recognize that man? No. Because that man is new. He is reborn. The weak, addicted boy who started this journey is dead. The shadows consumed him. The forge remade him. Staring back at you is a sovereign man. There is no fear in his eyes anymore. Only determination. You are no longer a victim of the system. You are the architect. You are the creator. But remember this, the climb never ends. This is hard to hear for some. They dream of a finish line. A place where they can stop fighting. But that place does not exist. There is always a higher mountain. There is always a stronger enemy. And that is a beautiful thing. Because you are no longer a man who runs from the fight. You are a man who embraces it. Growth happens in pain. Transformation happens in the fire. You have the tools. You have the mindset. Financial sovereignty. Social dominance. Relationship control. But most importantly, you have the character. You choose delayed gratification. You choose discipline. This character is more valuable than any tool. Now, go out there. The isolation is over. It is time to leave the shadows. But you return as a different man. Prepared. Strong. Build your wealth. Serve the market. But never be a slave to money. Use it as a tool. Command respect. Shift the energy of the room. Lead. Inspire. But never live for validation. Leave a legacy. You are living for the generations that will come after you. What will you leave behind? A company? A family? A movement? Whatever it is, leave a mark. Leave the world better than you found it. The world is waiting for you to take it. Opportunities are everywhere. But you are ready now. Most people live in fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. You have no fear left. You survived the isolation. You survived the pain. You died once, and you were reborn. The old you is dead. The new you is unstoppable. Welcome to the sector. The sector is not a comfortable place. It is a place of constant competition, constant growth. In the sector, the weak are eliminated. The distracted are destroyed. But the strong rise. The determined win. Which side will you be on? You already made your choice when you started this video. There is no going back. Only forward. Only ascension. Remember, you are not a victim. You are a warrior. You are a leader. You are a creator. The world owes you nothing. But you owe the world your potential. Most people die without using 10% of their potential. Do not be one of them. Squeeze every drop out of this life. And one day, when you look back, you will have no regrets. Because you were the man who dared. The man who did. This was the purpose of the journey. To free you. To transform you. And now, the transformation is complete. End of transmission. But your broadcast is just beginning. Your story starts now. Go. Do. Win. Dominate. Ascend. The world is yours. Take it.